Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar on building a robust disaster recovery strategy with PostgreSQL. Today, I have with me two brilliant PostgreSQL consultants from Stormatics, Semab, Tariq, and Warda Bibi. So before our speakers walk you through the detailed steps for creating a disaster recovery plan that can help you bounce back from any catastrophic failure, I would like to go over the usual housekeeping items. This session is being recorded, and of course, you're going to receive the recording afterwards. If you have any questions throughout the session, please feel free to use the webinar chat box or the Q&A feature, and we will address both of them, all of the questions at the end of this session. And that's all from my end. Over to you, Samav and Verda.
Yeah. Thank you, Annie. So, hello, everyone. Disaster recovery is actually a real need for mission critical applications. And we got a lot of different queries from the businesses or customers that that they need to build a strong disaster recovery solution or strategy. But one area or one thing, or I must say one pattern which is around 70% is common, is that most people use the term high availability with disaster recovery interchangeably. And they think that both the terms high availability and disaster recovery are the same things. Well, let me tell you that this statement is technically not accurate or true. Um, Once your business grows and of course your customer base grows, you need to have a deeper understanding of HA and DR, and you need to know what things make them different from each other. I said that both are not the same things. Uh, and you need to understand that how we can build a proper disaster recovery systems for our production environment that can tolerate any sort of failures, or they can or that can actually recover you from any sort of failures. And that is why we thought to have a dedicated webinar where we can try to cover the different confusion regarding disaster recovery solutions or systems, and we can explain you what are the different options available in Postgres ecosystem for performing a proper disaster recovery, and how you can replicate those changes to the production environments as well. And of course, we will discuss about the signature methodology that Stormatics offer for actually implementing the disaster recovery solutions on your systems. So let's get started. Well, even before we start, let me introduce you to myself, and I will walk you through my entire career. So currently, I started my professional career in 2017. My first interaction with Postgres was in 2018. This was when I started to work at Second Quadrant. I initially started as automation engineer, where I used to work on Postgres installers or some other builds of the packages. And then, of course, I have worked on Tuda as well, which was a tool from Second Quadrant. Then I moved to Enterprise DB as a DevOps engineer, and my primary responsibility was to work on community Postgres installers and building them, automating them, releasing them. Then in 2024, I joined Stormatics, and now I'm working as Postgres consultant. My focus areas at Stormatics is like high availability for Postgres clusters, performance of Postgres, monitoring and backup, and disaster recovery, of course. So this was for me. Over to you, Warda.
Thanks, Semab. Hi, everyone. I am Warda. I work as a Postgres consultant at Stormatics. I have helped teams optimize the Postgres for reliability and performance. I am an active member of Postgres community through technical guides, patch reviews, and knowledge sharing. Today, I'll be sharing insights on how DR can be aligned with both technical and business needs of the organization. So, yeah, let's dive into it. Over to you, Simam.
Right. Yeah. So let's first, this is a sort of agenda about what we are going to talk about in today's session. So first of all, we are going to talk about core concepts of disaster recovery. I mean, the actual building blocks of the DR or DR system. Then we are going to see what are the key differences between a HS system and a DR system, disaster recovery system, and why people think that both are the same concepts. And then how to choose the right backup tool. Well, I specifically added this point because currently in Postgres ecosystem, we have like two major tools, Barman and PG Backrest to take the backups. And these are the, of course, most famous tools. And so there are a lot of confusions among our customers that which tool to use in production. So in this slide, I will try to cover some basic differences of both of the tools so that this can help you to decide what tool is better for your business requirements. And then we will discuss about best practices for designing our robot system. And then we will talk about some case studies or at least two case studies that we have recently worked with the customer regarding providing them the actual disaster recovery solutions. And finally, we will have a question and answer session right towards the end of this webinar. So let's first talk about the core concepts of disaster recovery. In short, of course, everyone knows that DR stands for disaster recovery. It is all about preparing the systems, preparing your system for unexpected. Well, what is the mean by unexpected? It is like it's a set of practices designed to make sure that we can back up and restore our databases when something goes wrong. Something actually goes wrong. We should have some practices, best practices, or sequence of steps that we can restore the backups or our database to original form to extent possible. Now, this could the disaster could be anything from power outage, hardware, software failure, cyber attacks, or even a simple human mistake as well. Maybe someone mistakenly drops a production table or drops a couple of rows, couple of thousand rows from the table. So there are, apart from that, there can be always those surprises that we don't even see coming in our in our minds. So for let's try to understand disaster recovery with a very simple example that I use most. So for example, imagine you have a production server and it crashes at, let's say, 3 a.m. Midnight, and maybe it can crash because of hardware failure, right? So now let's say if you don't have disaster recovery solution or system implemented, what you will have is your downtime. So now that downtime means that your application would